This is WFO Radio.
What's going on, Elin? Good morning.
Hello.
We're
coming to you.
We're on the same time zone, right?
We are. I'm coming to you live from the PRI Media Center in sweet Indianapolis.
How cold is it right now, Elin?
It was it apparently rained in the morning. So
Okay.
I was able to walk from the Sheridan City Center here, and it wasn't bad. It was like probably 40, 35.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I think we're going to get some snow maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. But I was very bummed, but very happy that when I walked out of the hotel, it obviously rained a lot, but it was not raining because I don't have any rain gear with me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's no fun. Cold and wet, not a good, I don't like that.
No, not a good combination. That's out.
I can be hot and wet.
Yeah. So PRI, they're doing the Women in North America Motorsports Association event these 2 days. So Abby's very involved in that, and I'm involved in that. I saw the great Hannah Rickards this morning, and Melissa Coleman, and Melanie Johnson, all the stud female people. Courtney Enders did a panel with Jamie Little from Fox and Pam Miller from Fox. It was awesome. Nice. And I'm actually missing the Erica Enders panel right now to do Life's a Drag. So you're welcome, America.
All right. So Elin's at PRI. He just gave us, so it's Women's Day, basically, what you're telling me. 2
days leading up to it is a massive women's summit of all motorsports.
Okay.
Porsche Series, Formula One, IndyCar. It's really a pretty cool whole little deal. Has had really good NHRA representation. Amanda Busick's like one of the main MCs. And, the thing that's funny is you're in these seminars and they're talking about this women's drivers development program for Porsche, or Mazda's doing this, or IndyCar's doing this. And then Alan Ciceros, who's like the NHRA's lawyer, gets up and is basically like, yeah, we just organically became diverse. We don't have a diversity program. We've had women racing since the 50s and 60s.
Hard flex.
Real hard flex. And
and listen, let me stop you real quick because I want to come back to that. Like and share this show, guys. All right.
Yes.
And I don't know, can anybody see that? I kind of tried to create a QR code up on the screen. Can anybody see that in the comments? Let me know if you see that in the comments. There's a QR code. If you did not see the QR, can you see it? Anybody out there who's watching the BW show?
Bueller, something to do with economics.
All right. Anyways, I'm trying to make it so it links up to the merch shop, so you guys can get your merch at discounted prices right now. Aha! Thank you, Mac. The QR code is there.
Yes.
So scan the QR code; they'll take you right to the T Public shop. All right.
Technology.
Half of it shows. All right, Lonnie. Thank you. All right. Anyways, okay. Figure that out. Go buy your merch for Christmas. Everybody needs to get some. So back to the women in motorsports things. See, I kind of snickered a little bit when you said, "Oh yeah, women in motorsports." Everything. The North America chapter. We have a South. How many chapters do we have, and how many associations can we make for anything, not just women in any whatever? Right. But you're right. We have organically done this where Shirley Muldowney, they're all Angel Sampay. We've been doing this for decades.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because so many of these people are acting like they just invented fire.
Oh my God!
And we're like, hey, we've just been diverse. Erica Enders is the winningest female in motorsports,
right?
All motorsports, and it's not a participation deal. She's out there winning, and women like Melanie Johnson and Julie Natass and Ida Zetterstrom. I mean, you can just sit here and go, we've had 100 different women win an NHRA national event,
right?
100 different people.
I get it. It's different.
NASCAR has had 0.
Yeah.
IndyCar has had 1.
Yeah. I get it. It's like different and all that stuff, but it's the same in the special event world. Like Orlando, we go to these national and worldwide, trade shows and things like that. And you go in these conferences and oh my God, have you heard about this new thing that's going around? It's called a centerpiece. You make it out of flowers you can make it out of all kinds. And it's like, we're in Orlando is in the big convention markets. They get it, like Vegas, Chicago, Orlando. we're all on the forefront of stuff, but when the Greenville, South Carolina Convention or Visitors Bureau, decides to come and talk about, this great new thing, it's called a cake pop.
It's called a photo booth.
Yeah, exactly. And people, my industry does that stuff, and it's just like you're sitting in these things, you're like, but we've been doing that since 2008. Sorry, guys.
It is cool, and it's great to network at these events because there's a lot of money out there. And NHRA had the whole Women of Power thing last year.
Right.
And I just think that there are so many opportunities for women, people of color, whatever in our sport, which is just really cool. But we do take a lot of it for granted, I think, in that you want to mentor people, you want to bring people in. It's a big tent. But no, it was really, it's cool. And then we were getting a lot of positive pub from people like Jamie Little was just talking about. Well, NHRA is just diverse. I mean, everyone knows that. Like we talk about that at Fox all the time. We talk about that in NASCAR about why can't we be more like the NHRA? And I think that's really pretty cool. So,
I agree. I saw you on Joe's show yesterday, and when I don't know if you saw what I was talking, but we were talking about how Tony Stewart is kind of, I feel he's becoming the new face of the NHRA now that John Force is kind of taking a step back a little bit. And I think, by having Tony Stewart, who crosses so many different racing platforms, that helps like the Jamie Littles of the world, get her face a little bit more on our.
And I think Rick Ware is a big part of that too. And I would like to see more guys like Tony Stewart, Rick Ware, coming in, obviously Mr. Hendrick with HendricksCars.com with the Pro Stock guys. I'd like to see more of those guys kind of stepping up because I think our sport is really at a really sweet spot going into the 75th anniversary with a lot going on and celebrating our heritage. And I think that's hopefully going to bring a lot of eyeballs what we got going on. So, and it's still silly season. I mean, that's since we talked last,
Yeah, it's been fun. I saw Aaron Brooks got a new job.
Yep, Aaron Brooks going over to help out Dave Richards, which is going to be exciting for him. Buddy Hull going back out on his own.
Yep.
Which is going to be exciting, for him. He's, that the 2-year engagement over at Jim Dunn Racing was awesome. I mean, legacy team, and what it really showed Buddy is he wants to build his own legacy.
Sure.
He doesn't want to just be a part of the Jim Dunn Racing legacy, which is awesome. He'll forever be able to say he raced for one of the greatest drag racers of all time.
Yeah.
And equipped himself pretty well. And now he just wants to build his own legacy. He wants Hull Racing to be, the next Coletta Racing, the next John Force Racing, Don Schumacher, Jim Dunn Racing. So
yeah, I saw the logo. That was pretty good.
Yep.
On the social medias. Again, I know it's no secret that drivers pay for their seats and stuff out there.
Yeah.
So you pay to do it, and sure, you may not have had the best success winning races or anything like that, but you do. I mean, Jim Dunn has all that knowledge and just learning how to run a team. I mean, that's and he's, and I say this all the time. That guy, he gets a new sponsor every other race sometimes. Especially during the summer. I'm like, that guy's hustling. He's doing something right to have big sponsors on, and they're, endemic sponsors that he has. Someone over there is working hard.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
For sure. I think, obviously John Dunn's very involved in that. Ryan Haas at Ford Sports Marketing is a big part of that. And then Buddy brought, a fair amount of money to that deal too, with Vertex and some of the other sponsors and stuff. So he's got a couple things in the pipeline. We're hopefully going to announce a couple here at PRI, but I'm excited for Buddy and Maddie and Maverick and their whole family and doing that deal. And then, I can't think if we had the bunker exodus from Cruz Pedregon happened when we did the show last Wednesday.
I think that was after our show.
Yeah,
like on Thursday maybe, right on Wednesday afternoon.
He hasn't landed anywhere, but then Cruz picks up Rip and gets right back into it with those guys. So I think, I don't think we've seen this much crew chief movement in a long time.
No, and I mean, we still don't know where the procs are going.
Right.
Friday, we're going to find out who's going to be in the fourth JFR car. It's like I told Joe, I hope they don't make this anticlimactic. I heard you guys talking, and I likened it to the World Cup, draw show. Oh my God, that was the worst produced, worst
boring
live event thing I've ever seen in my life.
You think FIFA has billions and billions of dollars? You think they would have gone with something more than basically what they did at Hunger Games?
That's exactly what it was. The worst part of it, though, was, and I get it, they tried to make it as American as possible. Here comes your American superstars, and here comes Wayne Gretzky. But at the end of the thing, after the draw was over, the Village people showed up.
Yeah,
and I think the policeman's the only one left from the original lineup, and he is up there. I mean, the whole thing was tracked. They missed the whole walk-in. The track was all, the backup was all tracked. It was absolutely and for Fox to put that out there. I mean, those guys must have been in that control room just screaming. I mean, I was embarrassed for them. It was so bad.
The only positive of that is it makes me feel all my production errors and things I made with Talking Funny Cars with Buddy Hull. It just makes me feel that much much better about I'm still learning, still building an airplane while I'm flying it.
Right.
But for that to go out on Fox on that stage,
terrible.
Just egregious, just terrible.
It was the worst. Look at this. Dave Miller knows stuff already. Procs are already at Tasca. How do you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure the Procs will be walking around PRI, which I got to think that's just so painful for them. They just if you see, hey, here's my public service announcement. If you see the Procs at PRI, just congratulate them on their second Funny Car World Championship.
Right, that's it.
Don't ask them what they're going to do next. There's a plan. It'll happen. But just let them enjoy PRI. Let them do their thing. Don't try to pin them down and be the person that breaks the news about what's, so tiring.
Well, and I think people that have, I don't want to call us respectable podcast, but they're not going to do that. They understand how to interact with these people, I think. Ford Purley, what's the rumor come true at NHRA, please, about 131? What's that rumor, Ford?
I saw someone put something on Facebook about US 131 might be a national event track in 2027, which, again, I've already showed what a snob I am about tracks on Power Hour a couple weeks ago. When I was like, how could you possibly race without a tower? And they were like, people do it all the time, Elon. You're a drag racing snob. Okay.
That's even better, though.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm super excited to go to South Georgia Motorsports Park. Shout out Don O'Neill, their new general manager. And also to go into Potomac, going to that track outside of Maryland. But, really, I'll be honest. I can't go further than divisional tracks and these tracks,
Elon, it is like pulling. I don't want to say this is the worst place to go, but for you and I, when there's rain or something, when we're in Epping, all crammed into like a broom closet, that's like a what's this, a shipping container. I mean, I like the people there, but man, when it rains, I'm like, there's no place to go.
Yeah, you can go hide out. I mean, I can at least go and hide in some of my team's trailers.
That's true.
Like guys like you, but also the trailers are full of crew guys, and you need to. It's just miserable. So you need something.
And sometimes, I mean, the good part is like I'm friendly with all the elite guys. There's 1,000 trailers over there, so I can go hide out over there. But they're so far down the track in Epping. I'm like, dude, I can't get wet just walking down there.
Yeah. You'll just be like a drowned rat. So so that's
so great.
So I think it's exciting that they're looking at new venues for 2027.
Yeah, listen, everybody. Oh, we're losing so many tracks. We're doing this, and who knows what the Bandemiers are going to do? That track could be coming back. It's what the? Hold on a second. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at this. Jason and Elon. I got a dog this past Saturday, and she is so cute.
Okay, what kind of dog? Let's see.
Yeah, what kind of dog?
Let's no pick, no proof.
We're talking new tracks, and my man on the BW show is talking about his dog. I love it.
Hey man, I would love to get a dog, but I just travel too much. I don't have a swimming pool. I know people with swimming pools. You got a pool? I'll show up with a 12-pack of Miller Lite, and I'll utilize your pool. Same thing with dogs. I'll house sit for you. I'll come over and take care of your dogs and roll around with them, but I don't want. I just can't have a dog. It's not fair. It's
this
not
goes
fair to the
into
dog.
yeah, it's totally not fair. I mean, I've got a dog, but my wife's here and she loves the dog. But let's go back into you being larger than life. You're going to bring the party with you wherever you go.
Yes.
You were at Justin Ashley's wedding this past weekend. Now, I've got visual proof of this. Our good friend,
Do you have the photo?
Our friend of the show, Daniel Wilkerson, who was at this wedding, sent me this. He goes, "Hey man, if you guys debrief the Justin Ashley wedding, you gotta show this picture." And I'm like, okay. So there's this picture. There's Elin. Who's that next to you, Elin?
That is
lady?
my beautiful bride. That's my beautiful bride, Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer's got good cleaned up. What's going on? I don't mean to be that guy, but
I outkicked my punt coverage so badly on that.
But here's the reason why we show this picture, because if you can't see, Elin, the Warner family is basically covering up the Wilkerson family. Daniel is behind the right arm, and his wife is behind the head right there. Daniel's like, dude, got to give me some respect on that.
Yeah. Can you show that whole picture? Is there a way to show that whole picture?
That's what he came at. Just with that video.
If you go to Justin Ashley's Instagram, that picture's in his post, which makes me very happy. But that picture is a who's who. Like Mackenzie from Natalie's team is in that. Austin from the Skag. It is just like it's the picture of the Jordan game-winning shot and for the 6th championship.
Yeah,
and then you kind of go in the crowd and just look at all the people. That photo is like that. If you know people, you're like, oh, but yeah, that was a tremendous. And Justin and Gina Marie are in the front of that picture. They've already changed into their Justin was in a full husband sweatsuit, and Gina Marie was in a full wife sweatsuit, matching shoes, the whole deal. That wedding was so much fun, hands down, one of the funnest. I can't even say a night because it started at 2:00, and we were leaving at 9:30 when the after party was starting.
That's great.
It was just so, and also just how much love there was for Justin and Gina Marie from all the people. It was just really a fun event. And at our table, it was a who's who. It was me and Jennifer, my wife, Ted Yerzik and Ashley, his significant other, Eddie Bauer and Kelly from Racers for Christ, Bobby Bennett and his wife, Mark Conradi and his wife, and then Antron and Angel. And it was
that's a table.
It was a table, and it was so funny because there was just food everywhere. There was food and drinks everywhere. It was just everything you could imagine. And we're all sharing food. We've been eating for 4 hours, and it was just full on family style. Ted is oh, you got to try this salmon. And Antron's sticking his fork over into Ted's salmon. And my wife is sharing her chicken with Antron. I mean, it was just really funny. And then the dancing. Yeah. It was just full on. Yeah. I think that was they did Mr. Brightside to kind of bring the party down.
Yeah.
And I was out there with Rachel Delago, who's a huge Michigan fan. Tommy Delago's out there. And we are, I'm not kidding you, just screaming Mr. Brightside at each other, just full on, just fist pumping, and
that has become an anthem at the NHRA prom as well. I mean, Courtney and Chase threw that out there, and by the way, that's the whitest song on the planet. By the way, that song gets every white person up on the dance floor.
It is so funny that Michigan uses it as their hype song because it's basically a song about a guy getting done dirty by his girlfriend.
Right. Yeah. It's so great though. I do love that song. Yeah,
it's so great.
Dude, that sounds like a who's who of a wedding. Yeah. And by the way, notice how none of the announcers who weren't invited to this are complaining about it. I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Listen, listen, you invite who you want to invite, and you don't invite who you don't want to invite, and don't get upset because you missed a really good party.
Yeah, it was very funny. We got there, we went in on Saturday and spent Saturday in the city, and then drove over on Sunday morning, and we got to the hotel where we're staying early on Sunday morning. Dan Wilkerson's in the lobby, Dave Richardson's in the lobby, Jake McCullough, Paul Richards, just a handful. And we were all what's this wedding going to be like? How long is it going to last? It starts at 2:00. How long? We got football to watch.
Yeah, when are we going to eat?
When are we going to? What's all it going to be?
Right.
And then it just blew all our expectations away. We were all honestly, we're okay, this is going to be a nice little wedding. Justin's family. We're going to go there. We're going to see a nice ceremony. We're going to get some cake, and then we're going to be back to time to watch Sunday Night Football. No, when it jumped off, we got there, and there was an open bar before the ceremony even started.
Oh, that is good for this guy.
And then it went right to the ceremony, which was beautiful. And then they had an hors d'oeuvre room that had every hors d'oeuvre you could imagine. And then we went back into where the wedding ceremony was turned into dinner room. And then while we're having dinner and dancing and all the ceremonial stuff, first dance and speeches and all that stuff, they were flipping hors d'oeuvre room into dessert room with a bourbon bar and cigars.
That's tremendous. Yeah, we had at my wedding, we did like a dessert room, like where you had little bento boxes, you could take them to go, because we had a destination wedding. And yeah, that dessert room, it blows my mind how much a pot of coffee cost at a hotel.
Yeah. It was so like, but when they were doing the appetizers, we're just kind of, they had a really cool, their dog's name is Winnie. So their signature drink was like an espresso martini.
Right.
Named the Winnie. So people were just pounding espresso martinis like they're going out of business. But the dessert room, their hors d'oeuvre room is like, they had like calamari and they had pizza and they had all this stuff. And my wife walks up and she's got peeled shrimp. I was like, where'd you find shrimp?
That's the way it goes.
She's like, oh, there's a whole room around the corner that had like shrimp and sushi. And so I'm like going over there, and it was just like, it was like Christmas morning for food. And
I love it.
It was just so great. And Mike, like I went to the Jets game earlier this year with Mike and Justin and his brother-in-law. And I mean, I crushed the Jets.
Oh yeah.
Pre-game meal. We talked about that.
Yep.
And Mike Ashley was tracking me during the wedding, and he was like, dude, he goes, I was watching. He goes, you killed it at this deal. And he got a picture of me leaving. They had little goodie bags, and he's like, oh, here you are leaving. And I was like, yeah. I go, my goodie bag had a Diet Coke, a bottle of water, Junior Mints, and peanut M&Ms. And he just thought that was the funniest thing.
You got to have that. I love it. Hey, by the way, BW show, he got a chocolate lab.
Okay.
I have a yellow lab. I have a yellow lab. Yep, we're good.
Big fan of that. So yeah, wedding was great. Also, shout out Krista Baldwin. No, who else got married this weekend? Someone else did. I think Krista Baldwin got married on Friday.
Did she? Oh
yeah.
No. What? Here we go.
We
gotta do a deep dive into that.
Yeah. So just so you know, it's off season. You only have so many weekends. So,
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, let's pay some bills real quick, and let's get back into all the other fun stuff we got going on here. Here we go.
Drag racing fans, check out Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. It's the free, family-friendly fantasy bracket game. Now, after final qualifying at every national event, you can fill out your bracket for all the pro classes.
It's free, easy to click on your picks. If you need some help, just hit the randomizer button to fill in the blanks. It's for fun, stay engaged, and pick your winners today.
The number one source of friction in your engine is not what you think. Piston rings rubbing against the cylinder walls generate more friction than any other part of the engine. More friction and temperature means more wear and less horsepower. Fortunately, the team at Total Seal knows how to reduce friction and wear through innovative piston ring design. If it takes a piston, Total Seal can build a better ring.
Looking to replace your OEM diesel particulate filter or diesel oxidation catalyst? Look no further than DPF X-Fit, a complete line of aftermarket diesel particulate filters and diesel oxidation catalysts designed as an exact fit OEM replacement with all makes coverage for light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks. With thousands of units in stock, we ship the same or next day, and be sure to check out our comprehensive reverse OEM lookup tool. Always new, never remanufactured. For more information, be sure to visit dpfxfit.com. That's dpfxfit.com.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
All right, clarification. Krista married Bobby. Thank you, Nicole Clark.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, once again, make sure you like and share the show. Joe's already done it. Monica's already done it. And new feature, we've got a QR code up on the screen. That'll take you right to our merch shop. So get your WFO and Life's a Drag merch. Give it away as Christmas gifts. To something you love. They've got got mugs. I've got T-shirts, fire shirts. Everything's out there.
All right.
Oh, it's also Dallas and Sadie's anniversary.
Oh, well, happy birthday to them. It's also Kelly Crandall from Racer Magazine. It's her birthday. Happy birthday to Kelly Crandall. So we're touching all the bases today.
By the way, Keith Kaufman, there you go. I love the show at WFO. Only 86 days of Gainesville. Keith, I got to get you yesterday.
My God.
They were on your case about not clarifying, and someone did the math. So there you go, Keith. I'm proud of you.
Proud of you, fella.
But Keith, very good. All right, so what? So we're excited for the big news. Obviously, I mean, I think this is going to be the biggest announcement in drag racing history until there's another one.
No, that was 2 years ago when Leah told us she was getting out of the car. That was Bill. This will be, but I will tell you what I do think, and I mentioned this on Joe's show. When they do announce whoever the fourth driver is, they're gonna do an NHRA stage show. Which, if you're a PRI, check that out. They're gonna have just everyone who's anyone on the stage. But after that, they're gonna do all their appearances, and it will be like the Beatles walking through PRI, just 4 people. Yeah. And I told Josh Hart, I go, try to be John or Paul. Don't be Ringo.
Don't be Ringo. And George gets left behind. Yeah, George is going to get left behind back there.
Yeah.
He's got to see. I think without all the having to deal with business and stuff, I think we're going to see a totally different Josh Hart this year. And actually, I hope it's going to be good.
I've got another release. Josh is making some more moves. This guy, how he was even able to get to drag races the last 2 years is amazing to me, because he dropped some knowledge on me yesterday about other business interests he was in that he's divesting himself of. And I was like, what are you talking about? He owned like HP Coney Island franchises, like the hot dog franchises.
Oh, wow.
That he was like, what? Why am I not getting free hot dogs? Where are those even? What's that even? So he's getting out of that. He's just going to he's going to have Bernie's, and he's going to have driving that JFR Top Fuel dragster. And that makes him a very dangerous person.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we've talked about this before. When you get too crazy, you got your hands in 70. Like I was watching, I was listening to a podcast with Shaquille O'Neal on it. This guy's got his hand in everything.
Domino's Pizza. Everything.
Yeah, everything. And I'm like, yo. And the interviewer was like, what's your day like? He goes, I start at like 4 a.m. and then I go out and I do this. And I do that. And I'm like, dude, Shaq, you guys, that's too much. There's not enough time in the day.
And you just open yourself up to, it's a terrible world we live in. With you're doing that much stuff, you have to have responsible people helping you with that stuff.
Right.
And then stuff just disappears.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, all that stuff. So let's, can we dive into how excited I am for PRI?
Yeah, definitely. I asked Joe this. I asked, where are you going to eat first off? How many St. Elmo meals do we have?
Well, tonight I'm doing the JCM bowling event for Riley's Children's Hospital. But last night we did I didn't make a reservation at St. Elmo's, just totally forgot about it. But last night we were walking by and I was like, you know what? It's just 2 of us. Let me just stick my head in here and just see if we can get a table. And they were like, yeah, no, it'll be an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then we went next door to Harry and Izzy's, which is essentially the same place.
Right.
And we are able to walk right up. And there was a guy sitting at the bar that had one seat on either side of him. And I was like, hey, man, you cool with moving one way or the other so we can sit here and eat? And he was totally cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how people are cool with it at a bar. But, hey, you mind letting me sit in the aisle and not the window seat? Yeah, that doesn't fly.
Let me tell you a crazy deal. We were in the city on Saturday night. We went and saw the Queen of Versailles show, which was tremendous.
Okay.
And before that, we had dinner at a little Italian restaurant right around the corner off of Broadway. We had reservations. We were a few minutes late for our reservation, but we had called ahead and said, hey, we're going to be a little late. I walk in. It's a real small place, and it is just packed, and there's people everywhere. And the hostess was overwhelmed. And as we're standing there, a guy walks out, and it's me and this other young lady. This guy walks out and just looks right at the waitress or hostess and goes, you need to learn how to run an effing restaurant. And this girl and I just like looked at each other like, well, that was kind of ridiculous. So fast forward, we're outside waiting, and the hostess comes out and is like, I have a table for, I have a table for, and I was like, ma'am, who are you trying to say? And she's like, Gabrielle. And I was like, there's a table for Gabrielle. And this was actually the lady I was talking to.
Right.
She goes in and I see she has 3 people in her party, and they put her at a high top table that's a 6-seater.
Right.
And I was like, I just told Jennifer, I go, I'm going to take my relationship with Gabrielle to the next level. And I just walk up and I was like, hey, do you mind if my wife and I just sit at the end of this table with you? And she was like, not at all. And so I go back to the hostess and I was like, hey, we're just going to go sit with those people. And she was like, oh, you can't do that.
Why not?
And I was like, I asked them and they said it was okay. And she was just like so confused. I was like, let's maximize your tables here.
Yeah.
So
she doesn't know how to run an effing restaurant, that one.
Right. So ultimately we did go and sit at the end of the 6-top, and literally we had no more engagement with them. And we were as close to them as we were to all the other tables. It was not any kind of big deal. And we got our dinner. It was great. So
That's awesome.
Back to back crazy, like, hey, you know what? Let's just all get along.
Yeah.
You know,
let's eat together. So let me ask you this question. I know we were just talking about, irons and fires and stuff. Yeah. When you go to PRI, what's your main goal as Elin Werner Communications? Are we trying to pick up one more client? Are we trying to get the next big deal done?
I have a minute-by-minute schedule for all my current clients. Like I have Josh Hart, Buddy Hull, Spencer Hyde, Chris King, Joe Morrison. I'm helping Julie Natas out with some stuff, and I'm helping Melanie Johnson.
Okay.
So I have them all booked on the NHRA stage throughout the 2 days. Have them getting with Drag Illustrated, have them doing some booths. I'm promoting Drag Race Bracket Bonanza, trying to find sponsors for Drag Race Bracket Bonanza. But mainly it's promoting my clients to get them some off-season coverage, have some meetings, some sponsor meetings with them. They're actually having an NHRA track operators meeting a little bit on Thursday since it got canceled at Pechanga. Okay. So it is basically a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. gauntlet for me and Abby that we basically stack everything up. So we're with a client, everything they do, but like, Buddy Hull's going to do some like impromptu talking funny cars with Buddy Hull interviews, one with Spencer and one with Julie. We're going to tape it and do like a little, YouTube deal, but it is mainly promoting my drivers and then trying to find a little Drag Race Bracket Bonanza business.
Okay. All right. I got you. Well, and again, everybody knows who you are in our world. So yeah, the more, I guess, if people are like on the fence, do I get a PR guy? Or I don't know who I'm going to get.
And there's a little bit of that, people come up and, hey, and I'll work with everybody.
Of course.
I love helping people. Abby was instrumental in getting Courtney on the panel and Eric on the panels at the WINMA event. So she's carving her own path, doing stuff like that. And there's just people that, you just want to, we're working with South Georgia Motorsports Park. We're working with the Motorplex. So there's just all that. I just like seeing the people, finding out what they're doing in the off season and looking what opportunities there are for 2026. And this is the perfect place for it. It's so much better than SEMA.
SEMA is just way too big.
Yeah,
and I've never been to PRI, but I've been to a trade show in Indianapolis. And yeah, you can't. It's not like SEMA where you cram more buildings on top of more buildings of stuff. So what's the most important? What are you most excited for this PRI?
I think truly hearing about whoever the 4th JFR driver is, who that's going to be, and then also. Honestly, I've had some really good pre-conversations with some folks for Drag Race Bracket Bonanza.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that's kind of taken off, and we've got some things going for the 75th anniversary. We're going to have some special brackets, which we've talked about as far as the 64 best moments in Top Fuel and Funny Car and Pro Stock Motorcycle. And we're going to do some brackets throughout the year on those things. But I really think just kind of hearing, I know Ida's out here, working her magic. You just want to kind of see kind of where everyone's going to be. You can play anywhere. Dayton, we've sent prizes. You can play from England. We've sent prizes to Finland, Canada. You name it, we've sent prizes there.
Daytona Fire asks you play. You just have to play it in the U.S. or can you play it wherever?
You can play wherever. Just DragRaceBracketBonanza.com. The funny thing is we mailed a prize to Finland, and I didn't realize that basically I paid the postage and customs to get it to Finland. And then when a package gets to Finland from America, the recipient also has to pay the customs on it.
Tariffs. Damn tariffs.
And I don't know if that's a new deal. I think that's kind of an old deal, but whatever.
Yeah,
so and it's just kind of your last chance to see all your buddies at PRI before the off season, But it is like by Friday night, after 2 full days, because I don't even go. Drag Illustrated does this massive Thursday night.
I was going to say, do they do that party still?
Yeah, I think so. I've never been, but everyone's just dead on Friday, and I just can't do it.
Yeah. So I want to go to just the party part aspect of it for the drag race.
I've heard it's a rager.
Yeah, I've heard stories come out of that place, and I'm just like, oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. Trade shows are fun in the fact that, if you can get some business done and things happen like that. And
And I think it helps too that now the NHRA season's been pushed back a little bit to March, that you can get some deals done, but then you can also still work on some deals going into the off season.
Right.
Now, granted, people have their guys.
Chris King. Start a bracket on who's going to be the 4th JFR driver.
Hey,
we kind of did that.
If my money was on it, Chris King would be the guy. I've said that repeatedly, and I just don't know. I want to sit down. There's a couple things I want to find out about. I want to find out truly how teams decide how they pick drivers. And I think there should be an interview process, and I wish it would be a little bit more public. I talked to Phil Burgess about this, and this is a little side project we're going to work on. I want to know how many funny car bodies there are in our universe right now, because I think that's going to be something next year that's going to be critical to team success, because we blew up so many funny car bodies last year.
Yeah, that's true.
And Toyota's getting out of the sport, and they were a big supplier. And I don't even know how people make funny car bodies, but I think there's truly a finite amount of funny car bodies.
Yeah.
And who has them and what shape are they in?
Right. That's a good point. Because you're right. We did blow up a bunch of stuff last year.
Caps blew up a bunch. Hagen blew up a bunch. Buddy Hull blew up a bunch. Paul.
And Lee, I wonder if it's like the same deal with when you buy your hauler and stuff. I mean, those things are on back order. You can't get those things readily available like they used to be. Yeah.
So I'm dying to know, because I used to be in the trading card, like the collectibles business when I worked at Beckett.
Okay.
And that was a whole deal. And even when I was at Heritage Auctions for a while, there's a whole discussion about let's say you're in your grandfather's attic and you find 6 Mickey Mantle rookie cards.
Okay.
The best thing for you to do is take the 3 best of the 6 and take those and try to sell those over the next 4 or 5 years and destroy the other 3.
Yeah.
To just take them out of the market.
Right.
Because you just don't want them in the market, because it just devalues. If there's 50 of something, they're less valuable, but versus if there's 5 of them.
Right. Exactly. All right. Chris King's got 2.
Yeah. So,
all right. We got this question too. What about this? How many? Oh, come on. How many of the new bodies will have the new tethering system? That's another thing that just came out.
Yeah, Wilkerson's deal. So you got the tethering system that just came out. Buddy Hull just showed he's got a whole new blast shield that he kind of worked with some guys to design. It's a variety of guys have different. His is a little bit higher and it more kind of wraps around him a little bit more cocoon like. But yeah, I think so. But just think about that. I mean, if you're a top team, you need a body.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tricky.
Yeah. And I was talking with Joe yesterday about this, is like, for the John Force brand is still the biggest brand that we have in our sport. Right. And I'm like, everybody's trying to figure out what they're doing. There's a plan. I mean, John Force just isn't going to go nilly-willy pick somebody who doesn't fit his mold. Right. So there's a plan out there. And, going back to your point, like I would love to see and know how they picked it. I mean, if they had a whole not a documentary, but hey, here's what we did. Here's
a criteria.
Yeah.
Here's what we're looking for. We're looking for a name. We're looking for you to bring money. We're looking for you to do sponsor stuff. We're looking for you to fit in with our existing drivers.
Right.
Because here's the other thing that's crazy is at JFR right now, Josh Hart is the second most tenured driver at JFR.
Yeah.
And none of them have even turned a wheel yet, except for Beckman.
Yeah.
But he was hired in October or whenever it was, and then Alexis got hired, and then the fourth person is going to come on board with also who's going to tune that car.
Yeah,
you know?
Looks like Jason Bunker could find a job.
Looks like Jason Bunker could be over there with somebody, and it's going to be really, and is at the end of all the crew chief shuffling now. I think that finally all the chess pieces have moved, and then we'll see.
Yeah, going back to the finite amount of bodies, there's a finite amount of crew chiefs,
right?
And
how are you going to bring up and coming guys in that deal? Because I think that's also a tricky deal.
Yeah, I think we're going to be the 75th is going to be the start of like the new era. You had Attitude Era in wrestling. Now now we're going to move into this next era where everything settles down after this year. Now it's about, all right, let's start bringing our guys up. And I know Joe and we've all talked about this, bringing other drivers from other, categories into it. Like the Lau Barnett thing, I to JFR thing, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's a character, and he comes from a different world of racing, right?
Right.
Grudge matches and stuff like that all over the country.
And Spencer Hyde has proven that you can come from Pro Mod to Funny Car, and it's an adjustment period, but you can do it, So I think that's pretty cool. And also, speaking of Spencer Hyde, World Series of Pro Mod winner, how about Jason Harris winning the Snowbird Nationals?
Yep.
And did it in a dominant fashion, and is now setting himself up to potentially race for that $1 million that Elite is putting up.
That's going to be cool. By the way, Pit Podcast, listen here, son of a plumber. Dustin Rhodes, man. He's giving me grief about my WWE references. And by the way, at the Snowbird Nationals on Joe's show yesterday, apparently the DJ was not that great.
No.
They're like, hey, what's going on? Why are you not there doing that thing? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's right around the corner from you.
Yeah, although getting to Bradenton could be like it could be 2 hours or it could be 6.5 with traffic.
Yeah. I did last year. I guess it was right when the Pro Mod World Series was right before Gainesville. I think in one day I did the Bradenton to Jacksonville to Gainesville drive, and it was terrible.
Yeah,
it was like 7 hours in the car or something, and I was just like, oh.
It could be. So the turnpike from Orlando to Ocala that gets you to 75, that could be just a nightmare. But then by Disney World to go into Tampa, there's like a 20-mile stretch that it can one car could be on the side of the road. Nothing wrong with it, but it's going to take you another 4 hours to get through that. Yeah, it's terrible. So what else we got? There's got to be something else at PRI that's going to be announced that we're missing here.
I'm not sure what else. I'm hopeful that NHRA is going to announce a bunch of 75th anniversary stuff.
I know I got a conference call on Monday to talk about all the 75th stuff.
Maybe some sponsors for some races, stuff like that, because there's you got a handful of new races. Maybe there's going to be, if Chevy is taking a little bit smaller role at JFR, maybe they're going to announce an OEM deal. Who knows? But it's going to be the thing is, it's going to be a lot of fun of just getting caught up with people, seeing what people, and also the displays are always pretty cool. Just seeing what all they got.
Yeah. It should be. I was looking at Twitter earlier today. I was like, look at all this stuff. There we go. Boom, boom. It was filled with stuff. But yeah, look at you got to see what's going on in those comments. Race guitar.
Let's fire through all these comments.
All right, let's. All right, you know what? All right, guys. We're gonna let going bracket racing in. Okay, you ready? Joe hates it when we talk about this stuff, but that's okay.
Okay.
Considering IHRA's recent investment and improvements, do you anticipate them emerging as a strong rival to NHRA in coming years?
Yes.
Okay. You do?
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Okay.
mean, and I think it's going to be competition is good. I think it's going to raise the bar. But my thing is, if you really wanted to make drag racing really spectacular and you have all this money, why would you not just invest in an HRA? It's already the gold standard. Why would you, But I understand you want to have your own thing and all that stuff. But I think, any investment in drag racing, building these tracks up, you bring Memphis and Commerce back. That's a win.
I loved Memphis. Memphis was so great. Yeah, I everybody's out there, whatever. We always been saying, more drag racing the better. And like you said, building these tracks up, I don't see how they're going to get Commerce back up and running for that race. But whatever, if they can do it.
Hey, you know what? Guys, look at what Elon Musk did with Tesla. You just don't stand in the way. Money can do a lot of things. If you have a lot of money, you can get a lot of stuff built.
Yes. I also, once we get our new TV deal at NHRA, that's going to be a whole nother level. And depending on what that is and what that looks like, I don't know. It could just not even be a factor.
And I think hopefully we'll hear something about that next season. I would hope.
I hope so too. So
I think that's up arrows. So, and maybe that could be something that could happen this week too.
Yep. Here we go. Max saying maybe a new member tracks. I know that's been a hot rumor. I think I just saw one on Twitter.
Yeah, some track in Utah or something.
Yeah, track in Utah just became it. Keith Kaufman, Florida driving does suck. You know why? I'll tell you why.
Florida drivers.
Well, it's not even that. It's a mix between Florida driver, tourist, and snowbirds that come down from Canada. They don't know how to drive in Canada.
Easy, fella. Easy.
Let's see here. Yep, the DJ was not J-Lo, and it showed. Okay, Dana, thank you so much. Let's see here. Great pick for Dave Richards. There we go. Let's see who else we got here. Everybody gets all wound up about some stuff. Christmas is 15 days away. There you go. Get your gear.
More importantly, Cookie Palooza is December 20th.
Dude, that sounds good. Now, so Elon brings everybody's got to bring a cookie to your house, right?
No, I do all the baking. I bake like 17 different kinds of cookies.
What's the big hitter? What's the one that everybody comes for?
I would say I do these Angeletti cookies. They're like an Italian cake that it's dipped in a glaze. They're hot sellers. And then I have a pecan bar recipe that is on point.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
Yeah, it's like 30 bars of butter and Cairo syrup and pecans and brown sugar.
You had me at Cairo syrup.
Yeah, and so then I also have this punch recipe for my grandmother that one of my really good friends has described as diabetes in a cup.
By the way, I just learned that diabetes is a disability.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was applying for a job and they had the Disability Act and blah blah blah. We have to, you won't be penalized if you have one. And there was like in the D's, I was like, oh my god, diabetes is a thing. Yeah. So Dana wants to know if your Cookie Palooza is open to the public.
I'm not sure if he was talking about Cookie Palooza or PRI. Cookie Palooza kind of is. If I know you, you're obviously welcome. PRI, I think Saturday is open to the public. I don't know.
I think one day it's open. I think
you can join. Here's a pro tip: you can join PRI for $40 and come every day. And it's a great organization to be involved in because they're basically out saving our industry. I mean, they're lobbying. It's a true organization that's lobbying Congress to protect our combustible engines and all that stuff. So,
and I think they're doing a really good about. She was asking about the cookies. They're doing a really good job with that because I mean they Dodge was getting rid of all of the Hellcats and Chargers and Challengers, and they turned that factory into all electric and doing electric cars, and then that guy got booted out of that from Dodge, and now they're all back to making cars.
Yeah,
that kill stuff.
So they're super involved in that. So there's something else I was going to talk about. I totally just brain faded. I got lost in the comments with Cookie Palooza. So, but yeah, the shopping trip to Cookie Palooza. So I get back from PRI on Saturday, and Sunday I'll go to the grocery store, and it's a lot of fun because I basically just buy all the butter, all the flour, all the sugar from my local Aldi,
all the butter,
and just start baking on Tuesday.
Are you a fan of Aldi's?
I love Aldi. I love Aldi's. It's true.
I'm not a fan. I don't like it. I like going to my high priced Publix and dealing with that.
Well, I'll tell you what I like about Publix. Publix, their sandwich making capabilities, strong.
Yeah, they do a good job with pub subs.
But I'll like load up 2 shopping carts full of just all baked goods. All the stuff for baking.
My wife made these lemon cookie thing.
Ooh, I got a couple lemon cookies.
But they're a soft cookie. It's it's not a hard cookie, but she put a little glaze on top. She made those for Thanksgiving. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
She makes this pumpkin bread pudding that's freaking off the charts. Ooh. Oh, it's so good.
I do a little butterscotch spectacular that likes a layer of cream cheese with powdered sugar and butterscotch pudding, and then Cool Whip on top with nuts.
Cool Whip. Cool Whip. I love the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss on top.
I do those. I think they're just called peanut butter cookies with Hershey's Kisses.
I like that.
But I used to use the tube peanut butter, but after COVID, they quit making the tubed peanut butter because it was not really that great of a seller, and it's kind of come back. But I have my own peanut butter cookie recipe. Yeah.
Public rules, Aldi's drools. Good call, Keith.
Yeah. So I tried it. I went upscale last year. I got a stand mixer a couple years ago.
Oh,
and that's a game changer.
Listen, I keep going by. I'm like, oh man, I need that KitchenAid stand mixer. Do I get the red one? Which one do I get? But then I keep looking. It's $300. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No, it's just like my dyno. Like it's like your shop. Like I don't really know that much about cars. I don't have project cars or anything, but when it comes to baking, I have all the little one-offs that you need.
Yeah, I love it. I like cooking. I had one day during Thanksgiving to do stuff. I'm actually working on Christmas Day for like the first time ever.
What gig you got?
I'm doing the boat thing. I'm working Christmas Eve too. I'm like, ugh. Somebody better be bringing me a gift.
Who's gonna get on the boat on Christmas Day?
Listen, it's Disney, right?
That's true. That's true.
They may not be bringing gifts down, and but I did get out on New Year's Eve because I was like, I gotta work on New Year's Eve.
Right.
That's big.
That's
money
a big
there.
money. That's a big money. It's your Super Bowl, isn't it?
That really is. New Year's Eve is the one.
Now, do you have a go-to New Year's Eve client, or do you just kind of?
So for the past like 15 years, barring the 2 years of COVID,
right?
I was at Disney at the California Grill. Listen to this setup. California Grill is one of their bigger or nicer restaurants.
Right.
It's $750 per person. All you can eat, all you can drink.
Okay.
You can order off the menu, but then they have like a buffet. They have like the whole Justin Ashley like shellfish bar back there.
Okay.
They have it's champagne all you want. Drinks are if you want something not like a regular drink. If you want a special bottle of wine, you got to pay for that. But they all get a gift bag with a bottle of wine in it. And if you're 5 years old or 55 years old, you're paying $750.
Okay.
So that was the best gig ever at Disney, and I had it. And all of a sudden, they had a new show director who wants to put their stamp on stuff. And I worked with her 1 year, and I was the White Rabbit. It was all an Alice in Wonderland theme, and but they had, but she came in and she's like, "This is what I want." I go, "Sounds great. I'll do exactly what you want."
Yeah.
And I did exactly what she wanted, but I said, I've been with these people for 15 years. They keep coming back. It's like I've watched these people's kids grow up.
Right.
And I go, this is what they're going to want. And at the end of the night, she comes back and she goes, yeah, you were right. You had the pulse of this thing the whole time. I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
I go, but I tried what you wanted, so it didn't work. So the next year, she just pulls the rug out from everywhere. And we had a whole Tiana Bayou deal going on, so I didn't do that gig. So then I went to one of my timeshares and made almost what I make at Disney, working 2 hours as opposed to working the 6 hours.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm taking the timeshare gig. I don't need to put all my eggs in the Disney basket anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, that's and it was by a pool, and I had to wait till the college football playoff games were over because last year they were on New Year's Eve. So they were showing that, and then they said, "Oh yeah, as soon as this is done, you can play." And I played till like 1 o'clock because they had like 11 to 1. I was like, "This is easy."
Yeah. So I'll be speaking of college football playoffs. I'm back. I got my CFP gig got confirmed this week.
Nice.
So I'll be back in Miami. So Joe and I are going to tear it up to see whoever gets there. And also, shout out to Notre Dame. You guys are a bunch of big sissies.
What is up with that?
You don't deserve any of those things. I mean, just what a trash program of just like, you didn't pick us, so we're just gonna take our footballs and go home. Garbage.
Yeah, I don't
just further proof that Notre Dame's garbage.
I saw like a list like Florida State did the same thing, but I'm like, I don't even think they qualified for a bowl game. What are you talking about?
Yeah, a lot of the guys, teams were like, yeah, we lost our coach, yeah, okay. I do think they need to restructure like the calendar a little bit as far as like when the portal opens and coach. So to just like the NFL, where you can't talk to anybody until they're done coaching or whatever. Because I mean, it puts guys in a tough spot. But you know what? Go play a bowl game. Bowl games are awesome. Whether you win or lose, it's your last chance to play. And if guys think they're going to be pros and they want to sit out because they think one game, okay, then sit out and let some of these guys that have been on the practice squad or whatever put the pads on and go out there and play. They got 200 people on the team. Let them play.
Right. We've got 3 bowl games here in Orlando.
Yeah.
We have the amount of stuff that goes around during bowl season that I mean, the fact that we've already played college football bowl games already is freaking me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, and this is you and I, get off my lawn guy.
Yeah.
We're old school. We like the Southwest Conference. I don't need 13 teams in the Big Ten. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But yeah, these teams like Florida State at least rolled out against Georgia after they got smoked, but whatever. They went out and played. I think the transfer window, you can only transfer once in one time. That's it. You can't be transferring every other year. Podcast. This is great. How dare they turn down the Pop-Tart Bowl?
First of all, the Pop-Tart Bowl, hands down, my favorite bowl. The marketing people there, genius. That's
Orlando, baby. Let's go.
The same people that do the Cheez-Its Bowl.
Yep.
And I love just as much I'll watch the Duke's Mayo Bowl to just get to the end to watch that coach getting dumped in mayo. Just so great. They have so many bits.
Yeah.
And the national champ, like the last time they did the national championship game in Miami was COVID year.
Yeah.
And so now being able to be on South Beach when it's kind of truly opened up and the full Miami experience will be spectacular. Hard Rock Stadium's a pretty cool stadium.
Yeah.
So
going back to the whole Pop-Tart thing and the Cheez-It thing, I think by having the college football playoff, that's the serious stuff. Don't screw around with those. But it lends license to the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Bring all the bits.
Yeah, bring
all the bits.
All of it. That Pop-Tart guy is fantastic when he comes out.
Yeah, when they actually drop like the mascot Pop-Tart comes in and a real Pop-Tart comes out that the players can eat is just genius.
It's
just genius.
Listen, it's pure Disney magic. That's really what it is.
But also goes back to the trophies. And I want to do a trophy podcast at some point, talking trophies, because I run the media for Playoff Fans Central, which is the big hall where all the interactive games are. And they have all the trophies for the big 6 games there. And it's just really cool to see all the different trophies, which again, bringing it back to drag racing, I love seeing people doing more individual deals for their national events. But like, you just see all the crazy trophies, and like the Rose Bowl trophy looks really cool, and the Heisman trophy. The Pop-Tart trophy is it's like a giant toaster.
Yeah. It's the dumbest thing ever. I love it.
So
more
bits.
Yeah, more bits. Bring all of them, because that's what we need. More fun in sports. And hopefully, like I said, we have a conference call on Monday talking about the 75th. And hopefully we'll have some time throughout the season to do.
And then I want to hear
fun bits.
And I want to hear we'll rehash that next Wednesday. And I'll also have Cookie Palooza update.
Oh, beautiful! You take pictures of all the cookies because
for sure.
See those
for sure.
All right, gang. All right. Well, there you go. That's it for our show here. Elin, enjoy PRI. Stay warm.
Yes, that's key. It actually got kind of cold in the media center all of a sudden. I'm going to put my jacket on. I don't know what happened here.
There you go. Hey, listen. All right. Try and get us a sponsor for ourselves on this thing.
Yeah, I'll start rooting around on that too.
Yeah, we need to get Joe on that page as well. All right, cool. Well,
right,
thanks, guys.
later.
Everybody have a great night. See you soon.